Happy Thursday night, listeners. Welcome to Women on Words, the show where we talk life, love, and literature. I'm your host, Sierra London, along with my co-host, Elle Loren. Hi, Elle Loren. How are you?
Good evening. Good evening. I'm great. How are you?
Awesome. And I am so happy to have tonight's guest with us. We have author Lyndell Williams on the line with us. Lyndell, are you there?
I'm here. How you guys doing?
We are
Great.
doing awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. This is our first show of the month, so welcome to March, everybody. Hopefully you're getting buds in your spirit, just like the buds are coming on the trees.
Yeah, it's a beautiful month. I was really looking forward to this actually, because
Yes.
I watch you guys and I read your books and everything like that. So I'm fangirling a little bit. So just a little bit.
Okay. All right. It's so nice. That means we got good vibes going. So, Lindell, why don't you go ahead and tell our listeners who you are, what you write, and how long you've been writing?
Okay. Well, I've been writing for many years. I've been writing romances now. For my first novel, I released in December of 2018, My Way to You, which is an AMBW, Asian Man, Black Woman, interracial romance. But I am a writer. I was a writing coach in higher education for quite a few years. I taught history as an adjunct, and then I decided, romance is my thing. My master's thesis was based on it. It's something that I love to read. And so I decided that is what I wanted to write, and I wanted to write stories where readers can see themselves, where I could see me, and readers like me could see themselves as well. So I hit the writing game, and so I'm on I released my fifth book.
Wow.
So far, I have 2 series running and one with After Hours publication. So it's been really great. I like to write interracial romance and also center Muslim and non-Muslim characters both. It depends on what the characters want to be.
Okay.
Wow. That's wonderful. 5 books already.
Yeah. And I'm working on another one for Ramadan. So actually I'm finishing up right now because, a bunch of Muslim romance writers, I've been able to over the past few years, to really start to network not only with some wonderful Black women romance authors who are just really just like blazing these trails out here. Like, you guys are fabulous. Like, we're just like fabulous. I just love it whenever I see all that I've seen. But also Black Muslim romance writers as well. And so one of the things that we decided to do was that we wanted to have a small series of Muslim romance authors writing about Ramadan, the holy month of Ramadan, which is coming up next month, actually.
Okay.
And so center all of those things, because even though it's a month of a lot of intense religious focus,
Yes.
The way that we love each other and our intimacy is also a part of that. So we wanted to be able to highlight that.
Okay, wonderful. Now, I know we had a lot to cover, so I'm going to let Elle Loren jump in there and ask her first question, and we'll just kind of tag team and go back and forth, okay?
Okay.
All right, wonderful.
All right,
Go
well,
ahead, Elle, take it away.
Thank you so much for reaching out to me. I'm glad you're on the show tonight. Now, when you were talking about Ramadan and romance, how do you toggle between the two? Because I know it's like a highly religious holiday, and then you're having romance, and a lot of times in romance you have single people. So how do you toggle between, making sure that it fits within the religion?
Well, for many Muslims, Islam is a way of life. So it is utilized to guide every aspect of our lives, and because it is everything that we do is tied to our relationship with our Creator. So that includes the most intimate things that we do as well. So that includes the relationships that we have, the relationships that we're venturing into, and ironically enough, it was mentioned on social media just a couple of days ago, Ramadan cuffing season, where a lot of single people, start to look for someone before Ramadan. A lot of people like to get married in the month, and as a person who's been married for going on 30 years, I find that to be quite ironic because it can often be a struggle to really have those intimate moments with each other, but it's not something that you totally bail on because that's an aspect of who we are as well, and it also impacts the relationship that we have, not only with each other, but with our Creator as well. So, the books that we're writing, the name of the series is Ramadan Nights, okay. Love by Daybreak, and it includes some great authors. It's going to include some great authors, myself, Sana Rice, Jayla West, B.F. Queen, all Muslim romance authors, and really each one of us has our own story, different levels of steam, but, I like to do my steam, which is going to be a little surprising because I do it in my Muslim and books that feature Muslims and books that feature non-Muslims because I'm like, listen, no, Muslims have sex. Let's not act like we don't. So we're going to have different levels of steam, and it's going to focus, the month is going to be a backdrop as well as we're going to show some ways that it impacts us in the way that we interact with each other. Couples may interact with each other on the intimate level.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So that leads me right into my next question, and I'm going to bring it back to the romance community as a whole. So you opened up and you spoke about being a Muslim woman who writes romantic fiction. And you also talked about, connecting with the community, how connected the community is, and how awesome it is now you're a writer to connect with other writers in the community. So I have to ask you, when you released that first book, what type of feedback did you get from the community, from your readers? Because there's so many stereotypes that surround religion and intimacy and intimacy in marriage or outside of marriage as well. So what type of feedback did you get, because you're bringing intimacy to the page. You said there's steam on the page, yet you are a Muslim woman who's writing romance, and there are a lot of stereotypes about Muslim women and sexuality, intimacy, physical intimacy. So what type of feedback did you get?
Well, I mean, with it side of the culture at large, I got the expected feedback, and that is, this is a romance, and let's check it out. Let's see what she got going on. Is it something good? Is it something not good? And everything like that. So I got a lot of positive feedback about it. That book, my first book, did not center Muslim characters. Okay. And I did have one reader who kind of felt like I did not show how the female lead was Muslim, but she wasn't, so it was a little bit of an assumption because I actually cover as well. So as a covered Muslim woman, like this assumption that that's automatically what I'm going to write about, and that's not who the characters were. I very much try to listen to my characters, and they were not Muslim. But I did release 3 books, 1 novel and 2 novellas. 1 novel I independently released, and 2 that are part of a series with After Hours publication called Open to Love. All of them feature Muslim couples, and all of them have levels of steam. And, it was a little bit jarring for inside of the Muslim community. It's a mixed bag because there are Muslim romance readers. That's what they want to see. They've been reading romances that did not center their culture in their lives, and so now I was an author that was doing that. That was very much like all of it, not just a matter of I did not shut the bedroom door. I wanted to leave that open because I think that is very, very important because in a lot of aspects of American Muslim culture, there is almost a puritanical stagnation that borders on dysfunction when it comes to sex, sexual awareness, and intimacy and discussions about intimacy. That's changing. That's very much changing. You have works not only by authors but by experts as well, where it's just like we're opening up those conversations. And so that's why I see my work as. And I even have some readers that are just kind of have just asked me over and over, can you just not have the sex scenes? I say no. But, it's just like they like everything but that. But I just have so many Muslim readers who've been waiting to see that and be able to make those cultural connections as well, that, it encourages me to do it more and more. But ultimately it's up to the characters, not, some characters are Muslim, some aren't. So
right.
That's just the way that is.
Well, I'll just say this. This is from a personal standpoint. I love that you're tackling this issue within the community, and you're opening up a window for women to talk about physical intimacy. I don't know if you know any of my backstory, but I was a pediatric nurse practitioner prior to becoming a romance writer, and I worked in the Washington, D.C. area, which is very culturally diverse. And so I saw a lot of young people that practice Islam. And they didn't have a lot of awareness about their bodies as their bodies were changing, as they were entering womanhood.
Yeah.
And the families oftentimes didn't feel comfortable even addressing those issues with them or limiting it, how much I could educate young women about their bodies and some of the, emotions and things like that they were encountering as they transition into womanhood. And so it's quite refreshing for me as a healthcare provider and as a romance writer to see a woman, like you said, a woman that's like them, like you represent them as well, talking about these issues, creating a safe space to talk about physical intimacy, sexuality, and your body. Because I think that's important for women to have, other women who provide avenues for them to talk about all the things that, are in your head, but culturally you may not be able to say it as openly as the larger culture. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. And, in many aspects of American Muslim culture, you have a lot of subcultures that comprise American Muslim culture. So, for example, I'm African American. And so there will be different cultural experiences based on that, based upon ethnicity, race, citizenship, first generation, second generation. So, there will be, you'll encounter all these different cultural experiences in American Muslim culture. So that it may be also that, in that aspect of American Muslim culture, that they're very stagnant. They're very closed off about it. Not saying that, African Americans are completely liberated about it. We're making our own explorations. Right. We're making our own explorations, which is like, and I think that romance serves as, just like fiction itself. Fiction has so much impact, and a lot of times fiction drives society more than nonfiction does. So the works of fiction have moved societies. Even in the American society, this has occurred. So you think about books like Uncle Tom's Cabin or the Upton Sinclair, The Jungle. They caused, they changed mindsets. I won't say change mindsets because abolitionists were still racist. But they adjusted mindsets and they changed things in society. So it's very, very important. So I think that, fiction serves as that, and I think that romance fiction definitely serves as that. And writers who are blessed with the talent to write a really good romance story and write a really good intimate scene, it is not an easy thing to do.
No, it isn't. Thank you for saying that.
It is not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing to finesse. We see examples of it within romance, but even writers and authors who write outside the genre, you can see them tripping over love scenes and intimate scenes and everything like that. It's just the rest of the book is great, but your love scene is just crappy. Just honestly, it's not an easy thing.